up here. You mentioned gait. What are you actually looking out for when you're doing a gait assessment?
Well, and that's a really important question, because it's something that even experienced veterinarians don't always get right. So in terms of evaluating for a lameness, let's first clarify what I mean by lameness. Lameness is limping. And it can vary from extremely subtle, which would be a grade 1 lameness that you really have to look to see, up to a grade 5, which is non-weight bearing, holding the limb off the ground. And I think before I answer your question directly about what am I looking for, I think it's very important for the pet owner and the veterinarian to make sure they're speaking the same language. Because limping and lameness, I can say, okay, we'll consider those equal. A term that I have a hard time with, because people mean different things when they say it, is favoring.
Yes.
My dog is favoring his left back leg. In some people's minds, that means that's his favorite leg, so he uses it more.
Yeah.
What most people generally, at least from a medical standpoint, favoring means that is the leg that they're having the problem with. So I think first we have to start off with, what do we mean when we're using these terms? So I actually prefer, if someone's presenting me a case, an intern or one of my nursing staff, I say, let's get rid of the term favoring. Let's have clarified what the owners, if the owners said that, let's clarify what they meant first, but we won't use that when we're talking after that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And then again, limping, it can vary from subtle to holding it off the ground. Now, some people will say, he's limping on it. I said, well, what do you mean? Well, he's dragging it. And usually they don't really mean that when they say he's dragging it. And you have to clarify. So if you're telling me your dog's dragging your leg, you're telling me this over the phone, I have a picture in my mind of a neurologic problem.
Yes.
Where the dog is dragging so that the top of the foot is scraping along the ground as they're walking. If you ask them that to clarify it, that's much less frequently the actual situation. But then in terms of what am I looking for, probably one of the simplest things, especially for front leg lameness, is the watching head movement. So what most people don't easily recognize is the head goes up on the bad leg. Up on the good, down on the sound. So when the good leg hits the ground, the head goes down, bad leg goes up. It's because they're trying to shift their weight back if it's a front leg lameness. Okay? So front leg lamenesses usually are a little bit more difficult to parse out. And that's why it's really important to